entertainment is the green zone, which can be found on the screens in front of you. From the greenery of my home to the vast mysteries of the great outdoors, there's so much in this natural world to explore. And if you have something green to share, let me know in the comments below.
Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to the HeyEunziverse. Spring hasn't officially sprung yet, but now is the time to start prepping. So let's commence with season 2 of Garden Glow Up. I live in a subtropical or Mediterranean type climate, which means that we don't see a lot of fall colors. But luckily, I get a small taste of it with our tangerine trees, orange trees, and persimmon trees. They give us an intense show of orange come fall and winter, complete with delicious citrus fragrance. Strangely enough, our winter this year has been quite warm temperature-wise, so I've had hyacinths blooming in January and roses that never stopped blooming. Normally, hyacinths are late spring bloomers and roses bloom from summer to fall. I'm not complaining though, it's a beautiful surprise. Amongst the flowers that do bloom at this time of year are manuka or New Zealand tea trees because it would be summertime in their native habitat. Another type are kalanchoes, which I've semi-recently repotted to be in these white hanging pots, and they bloom from late autumn to late winter. I also repotted these aeoniums a while ago into more of these white hanging pots, and they have exploded in growth. In the first 2 years of having aeoniums in my collection, they absolutely refused to grow for me. They were all tiny, single head purchases that came in 2-inch pots, and I honestly thought that they would eventually just croak on me. But last year, whether it was a difference in soil, water, sunlight, pot size, etc., they decided that they would shape up and become plants that command attention. It's a joy and a relief to see them grow to such a large size and start to puff and branch. It gives me confidence moving forward with aeoniums, and maybe I can add a few more to the family. Now on to some of the new sprouts that have emerged as spring is around the corner. This is a large canvas pot of perilla, or as Koreans call them, gendip. I wasn't sure if anything would happen because I haphazardly reseeded last year's crop, but lo and behold, we've got babies. This is one of 4 gladiolus bulbs hanging out in this pot. It's the 3rd year and I've never seen the flowers, but maybe this year will be the year. A couple years ago, my dad's coworker gave him some pomegranates and my mom planted 2 of the seeds. Every season, they drop all their leaves and come spring, they push leaves again. Our lilies have also sprouted, and though I'm not a big fan of them myself, the flowers still add a very bold punch of color later in the season that I appreciate. As usual, upkeeping the garden doesn't stop even if the growing season is done, so here I am clearing away leaves from plants that go dormant. Clerodendron thomsoniae, or bleeding heart vine, is one of these such plants. We've also been getting record amounts of rain here and there, so some of the plants are suffering from being a bit overwatered. Plumeria, which is this particular plant, as well as some other tropical or desert region flora, prefer to be on the dry side. Thankfully, the rain is heavy for only 1 or 2 days, so the plants have some time to recover. The last agenda item for this Garden Glow Up episode is repotting all of my outdoor hanging planters. I had several pots of ceropegia cuttings that, as you'll see, have become root bound in their pots and desperately needed to be upsized. I also had a stray pot of strings from inside that I wanted to bring outdoors. So what I did was switch pots between my ceropegia plants and my curio plants. The genus curio consists of several plants that were reclassified from the genus Senecio. The common names for the plants I'm working with here are string of bananas and string of dolphins, as well as some Oscularia deltoides cuttings. On the ceropegia side, I'm working with string of hearts variegata, string of hearts silver glory, string of arrows, and string of spades. Once I switched the pots, I also switched locations of said pots so that the ceropegia strings would have less direct sun and the curio strings could have more. Though some people like the intense sun-stressed look of ceropegia strings, I wonder if where I had them was a little too much sun-stressing. Also, they like to be well watered, so having them in a more shaded area would help them not to dry out as quickly. If you haven't seen my full species spotlight on the ceropegia family, I'll have it linked below. They are a genus that I absolutely adore, and I hope to expand my collection of them. The same goes for trailing hanging succulents, with string of tears and string of watermelons being at the top of my succulent wish list. I hope you enjoyed taking a winter gander with me through the garden. Stay tuned for updates on how today's repotted plants do in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
As we come in for a landing, Carnia and I hope you had as much fun as we did on today's adventure. Until next launch, let's stay connected.